Coming up on Torrance Today, high winds hit our city again last night. We'll show you some of the damage left behind. Rugby is back in Torrance, promising fun and excitement throughout the weekend. And Hermosa Brewing Company celebrates its grand opening on Del Amo Boulevard. All this and more coming up right now on Torrance Today. Welcome to Torrance Today. I'm Kirk Lyons. It's 4 p.m. on Thursday, February 23rd. I hope your week is wrapping up nicely. Thank you so much for joining us. Here's our first story. Heavy winds hit our city again last night, knocking down trees and downing power lines and traffic lights. Drivers along a busy stretch of Artesia Boulevard between Casimir and Van Ness Avenues had to navigate the roads carefully. Unfortunately, this was an all too familiar scene throughout the city over the past couple of days. Residents who signed up for Torrance alerts got multiple notices of trees and wires down, as well as traffic lights being out across our city. They also got notified when the situations cleared up. Make sure to stay up to date by signing up for Torrance alerts. Just go to torranceca.gov/Torrance alerts. And the Torrance Art Museum will be closed tomorrow due to the severe weather. It's impacting the availability of docents and other staff members needed to maintain adequate coverage. The museum will reopen as scheduled on Saturday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. It currently has 2 free exhibits. Gallery 1 features Bridging the Pacific, celebrating the city's 50-year sister city relationship with Kashiwa, Japan. More than a dozen Japanese-American artists from Southern California reflect the complexity and diversity of art practices from those who share a dual legacy. And Gallery 2 spotlights an exhibit called Free Fall by Rochelle Botello, providing a sculptural exploration into the complex and contradictory nature of everyday life. The museum is open Tuesdays through Saturdays, but again will be closed tomorrow. And the Torrance Police Department will conduct patrols tomorrow night looking for drivers suspected of driving under the influence. The patrols will take place from 6 p.m. to 3:30 a.m. Officers remind everyone that impaired driving includes being on the roads while under the influence of alcohol, marijuana, some prescription medications, and over-the-counter drugs. Impaired drivers can face $13,500 in fines and penalties and get their license suspended when caught for the first time. Officers urge community members to plan safer ways to get home if they're planning to drink or take substances that lead to impairment. It's Rugby Week in our city, as 16 of the best teams from around the world are calling Torrance their home while they prepare for the HSBC World Rugby 7 Series, taking place this weekend. City Cable got a preview of what to expect over the next few days from a former rugby player known as Captain America.
Most of us understand the Olympic Games and all these countries coming together, so that's what we have here. And what they do is they play a round-robin tournament, and so they play 4 pools of 4, and then they do a knockout on Sunday. So Saturday is the qualifier. A lot of people know the game of rugby is 15 on 15. Sevens is 7 on 7, so same size field, but 7-minute halves. Sevens is quick and fast and a lot of scoring. The fun and entertainment of sport is sometimes, dealing with the weather. Sunday looks like a fantastic day. Saturday, might be a little bit drizzly, but certainly, look, rugby goes on no matter what the weather is. But remember, Dignale Sports Park is covered. You can come in and not get wet and see, a fantastic rugby.
More than 40 games will be played over the weekend, providing at least 8 hours of action on each day. In addition to the competition on the field, a fan festival will take place around the venue over the weekend, providing international music, food, culture, and entertainment to this unique experience. Rugby Week was supposed to take place last February, but got delayed to August due to the pandemic. We're excited to see the athletes come back to our city while they get ready for another exciting weekend. And Hermosa Brewing Company Torrance celebrated the grand opening of its newest location.
Well, we're a small but growing brewery, and we're looking for a new location to relocate our brewery. And Torrance is a very friendly city for breweries, and we found a great space. It is a place where we make the beer, but we also sell our beer, and we look forward to meeting many of you.
We have many craft breweries already in the city, and Hermosa Beach Brewing Company coming, it complements all the other ones we have, making this like the epicenter of craft brewery in the South Bay. Maybe we'll call this Brewery Row in the future. There's game rooms here, so it's not just brewery and food. There's also office space here. You can rent office space, have your boardroom meetings. Come here and check it out. You'll love it.
Hermosa Brewing Company Torrance is located at 1855 Del Amo Boulevard. It joins a dozen other breweries that call Torrance home. Stop by our California Welcome Center inside the Del Amo Fashion Center to pick up a beer map or find the full list at discovertorrance.com. The American Red Cross needs more blood donations, as the winter brings seasonal illness and dangerous weather, which can hurt the blood supply. 1 in 7 patients entering a hospital will need a blood transfusion, but only about 3% of Americans give blood. So the organization is creating some incentives for more people to give. During this Heart Health Month, all who come out to donate blood or platelets can also get their blood pressure and pulse checked, which are important indicators of heart health. And donors can also treat themselves with a $10 Amazon gift card and be entered to win a trip for 2 to Clearwater Beach, Florida. Donors of all blood types are needed, especially type O, and there are spots open today through the end of the month at the Torrance Blood Donation Center, located at 2814 Sepulveda Boulevard. To sign up, go to redcrossblood.org/heart. And city workers recently made a few exciting updates to the MYTORRANCECA app. Users can access new services using the app, such as reporting graffiti or submitting homelessness concerns or unpermitted sidewalk vending reports. The GPS function also got an upgrade, making graffiti reporting more accurate than ever. And for those who want to pay bills through the app, they can check out the new payment types and donations options. The city encourages residents to accept the update if your phone allows, or uninstall and download the updated version of the MYTORRANCECA app, which is available for iPhones, iPads, and Android devices. Those looking to learn something new and connect with others in meaningful ways have a few different options this weekend. It's going to be a busy Saturday for several organizations throughout the city, starting with the Torrance Unified School District, which will co-host the 41st Annual College and Career Fair.
This college fair is very important to us as a district, but also to the PTA. It's been a tradition for many years to allow our students to interact with some representatives from colleges across the country and learn a little bit about what their path might be.
It's open to anybody who wants to come. We encourage students of all grade levels, not just high school, middle school, elementary school, to start their planning early. Come take a look and start the process as soon as they can.
It takes place from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at West High's main gym. Representatives from community colleges, military branches, dozens of universities, and more will be available to meet with students and answer any questions. And more than 20 workshops will also help those looking to dive deeper into specific aspects of pursuing higher education. For our younger students, the Utopian Society Project will host a free child safety class with our local police and the California Highway Patrol. Kids can ask questions and take pictures with our law enforcement, and they can even go home with fingerprint cards, personalized IDs, and prizes. This event takes place from 4 to 6 p.m. at 3126 Pacific Coast Highway. Make sure to RSVP with Gabby Fisher at 310-801-9462. And a Black History Month extravaganza will take place at the Torrance Cultural Center, featuring African and Caribbean cultures with dancing, a fashion show, music, and more. That event begins at 6 p.m. at 3330 Civic Center Drive. And as we head into the weekend, be sure to catch the latest episodes of Weekends in Torrance. On Friday, the Torrance Police Department welcomes its newest canine, a bloodhound named Tango, at a swearing-in ceremony inside its headquarters. Then, more than a dozen Torrance residents prepare to help our firefighters at future disasters by joining the Community Emergency Response Team training. And take a look inside the 2023 Greater Los Angeles homeless count, as volunteers meet inside the Ken Miller Recreation Center and help assess the city's current needs. All this and more on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday right here on Torrance City Cable. And still ahead, it's Thoughtful Thursday. And though our visitors from Kashiwa are now safely back in Japan, we saved a special clip of the president of the Kashiwa International Relations Association, who shared some thoughtful words about a Torrance resident who made it possible for the two cities to experience such a vibrant sister city relationship for the past 50 years. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right.
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us. That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu.
We don't have time for delays.
We don't have time for spills.
Next.
We don't have time for setbacks. Let's be real.
Getting the flu shot
helps you fight the flu.
Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
At the end of every episode of Torrance Today, we want to share a positive story that fits the theme for the day. On this Thoughtful Thursday, we want to look back at a fond memory that one of our visitors from Kashiwa shared before returning to Japan. She also happens to be the president of the Kashiwa International Relations Association and credits her dear friend from Torrance, Miko Haggett Henson, for helping them make it to this golden anniversary.
This such a long history of 50 years makes me so excited because more than 56 years ago, I started volunteering these activities with Miko, and we didn't know, such kind of excitement before, but year by year, we are so touched and to proceed such kind of activities between two cities, and especially for young people, young generations. In the future too. Miko is always saying that this communication is for between two people, citizens, not only those who are selected or some special people, but for all the citizens between two cities. And she wanted to exchange new style of communication, not only for all the people, friendship, but also new friendship people. So that makes 50th anniversary special.
Miko Haggett Henson passed away on June 20th, 2022, at the age of 85. The founding member of the Torrance Sister City Association participated in the English language immersive program even before helping to launch our city's partnership with Kashiwa. She married Torrance resident Ben Haggett, who happened to be an instructor in Japan during the 1960s. Miko Haggett Henson dedicated her life to bridging the U.S. and Japan, even serving as the interpreter for both the Torrance and Kashiwa mayors. Henson passed away less than a year before the 50-year anniversary celebration she dreamed of. Last week's celebration not only recognized a milestone, but it also honored her memory and dedication to help build such a solid foundation that both city leaders hope will last a lifetime. Well, that's our show for today. Let us know if you have a positive story to tell by emailing us at torrancetoday@torranceca.gov. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here on Monday with more news from and for our Torrance community. Have a great weekend.